Here we go. Here we go. We back in the flesh. What's going on? What's going on? You already know this is on the Dotted Line podcast. If you don't know, now you know. And the people out there that follow us and been with us since 2018, salute to y'all. You know, we trying to stay with it. When me and Keith together, you know it's gonna be a fire episode. You already know. So you already know my name is Deshaun Lyons, and this is
Marquise Taylor.
and then today we got a fire episode. It's called Hidden Knowledge. You know, it's so many things that's hidden from us when it comes to knowledge. And you got hidden and you got knowledge. And the first question, we could just get right into it, is why it seems like knowledge is so hidden. Like, why do they want to hide knowledge for like the public? Like, Keith, why you feel like they want to hide knowledge for the public? Because I know I'll say like a brief testimony with me, right? So me and my homie Toby, right? Like we was like trying to get into this Christian thing. Like we was, once we became like the quote unquote conspiracy theorists, we was already Christians, but we became even more Christians because we feel like everything was so demonic, right? So we was just like strictly going by the book, book. And but there were certain things we couldn't it limit us to learn different things like witchcraft, like numerology, gematria, um ancient Kemetic stuff, Hebrew stuff. It seems like it wanted to keep us away from that because it says everything is evil, right? It was like those things is evil. You shouldn't even be engaging in that. And I stood away for that. There was a book called The Pale White Horse, right?
Oh, behold the pale white horse. I remember that one.
Yes, that was a book that I said, I'm gonna stay away for this, right? As a Christian. And then when me and him, we no longer became Christians. That's when our consciousness exploded. Like it exploded to like, whoa, it's so many outrageous things out here, so much knowledge out here that was hidden, and they use our belief, our linear belief system to be able to prevent us to get this knowledge. They call it evil. They said this is evil. Witchcraft is evil. All this stuff is evil. But you want to be curious to say, okay, I want to know why they say it's evil. What's evil about it? And then when you read into it and you start to get the knowledge, you're like, wait a minute, there's some universal law to this that is very beneficial and is very it really expanded my mind to know who I really am and the capabilities, and what I could become, and also like other things that's like magical, like that you'll never think like, damn, this is not really capable in this world. It's not capable, but some things are. It's like some things is supernatural, but we wouldn't know because we so limited when it comes to what we believe in and what we was taught. So I just want to get that out the way. But why do you feel like knowledge is hidden? Like, what you think about that? Why do you feel like knowledge is hidden?
Well, like you said, it can be certain things in there, depending on what it is, of course, that you can use to help elevate yourself. Like for instance, and this isn't really going into like something, but like you know how people go to school to learn a trade or something like that.
Right.
Just being taught what you need to know for that trade or for a job, you're only being taught that on a base level. So you
Right.
can't learn anything, let's say, about financial literacy. You're out of the loop on certain information. It's, in my opinion, it's pretty much the same thing with a lot of hidden knowledge. There is certain things in certain areas that you could learn about, and you live and realize for yourself that not everything that you come across is
Oh, keeps you lagging a little bit.
oh, I'm lagging.
Oh, now you good. I don't know why it keeps doing that.
Yeah, connection is a little off. And please, people, forgive me. As you can see, got a little cold or something like that. That's why I keep sniffling. But
So,
yeah, like it's certain things that you can learn that can help benefit you, or you can utilize to elevate your life, or even help you be a better person.
you
Um,
mentioned, but you mentioned school though.
oh, it cut
You
off when I was talking about school.
Yeah, you mentioned. I want you to talk about school. Like, are they hiding knowledge for or hoarding knowledge for certain kids,
Yeah, it's
students?
that's what I'm saying. Like when you go to school to learn a certain trade or for something for a certain job, you're only learning what you need to know for a specific trade or for a job. You're not learning, let's say, financial literacy, where to invest your money, how to do certain things with your money, and how to move in society. But it's the same thing with like hidden knowledge. It's certain things that you could learn and know that can help elevate you as a person once you're made aware of. And like you said, once you learn who you are, what you're capable of, and all of that, you'll be able to move different, and you'll have your mind will expand. You won't fall so much for the banana in the tailpipe when certain things in society happen.
So when they
Certain
say
things
hidden,
really,
so again, when what you saying about with school, is it more of programming? Is programming people to um to fit their I'm trying to find the right word for that, but to be able to fit their system. So programming the students in school to fit their system and what they want them to do in society. Is that true? That's the reason why they hiding certain knowledge from them.
oh yeah, because just imagine if everybody was 100% financially literate. Imagine if everybody really did know how to move through the system. You would have a situation where it wouldn't really be any workers, because everybody would be more geared towards being an entrepreneur and being able to move through society and do things on your own. And you wouldn't need certain, let's say, programs, or you wouldn't have to follow certain protocols to live your life the way that, let's say, the man wants you to live it, if you want to put it that way. And plus you'll be easier to control if you're not the
Oh,
type of person that's thinking outside the box, or thinking
let me
for yourself rather.
try it.
Of course you're easier to control.
Because you can, because it's hard. Because the thing is, for that, it's hard to govern a group of people that's sovereign. You can't you can't govern anybody that's sovereign. That's they in control. They in control their own narrative. You can't control them. So it's like that's why they have to program people, and they have to start with kids. Because if you program them early, when their minds is young and fresh, you begin to program them so they only think what you teach them. They be like, okay, this is what life's supposed to be. And it's kind of like that with religion. You know, when you was raised through Christianity or you was raised in a Muslim household, you only think that, you don't think anything outside of that. Or it's kind of like the hood. You don't think there's anything. You don't think there's life outside the hood because you stuck in the hood. You feel like this is it. This is So when you finally get out of society, you feel so awkward. You feel so weird. You feel so out of touch because you're like, I only know the hood. I only know the block. So it's like you ain't experienced certain things, and you didn't an experience comes with knowledge. You gain knowledge based off experience because you have to live, you have to learn. So that's how you gain knowledge. And all these ancient Kemetic teachings and all the mystery schools that you have to be you have to be in a certain level of status to be able to go to these mystery schools. Have you heard about like the mystery schools? Like you need to be like a certain age, or I don't know if that's in the Kabbalion. I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, there are certain you could say schools that you could go to learn certain things, but
Right.
you can also, well, this is actually how it starts if you just choose to seek the knowledge itself. Once you
Right.
start looking, it will come to you eventually because it's pretty much like my fault.
No, it's cool. It's
As
cool.
you can see, I'm mad congested.
Man, I already know it's all good. Go
But
on. I
yeah,
gotta be honest, I got a lot more followers. Yo, when the dialogue, go ahead. Go ahead.
oh, all right. It's like the one of the laws of the universe, pretty much. Like you attract what you are. So if
Right.
you're actively seeking that, doors will open, the way will be made for you to be able to come in contact with that which you are seeking. So yeah, if you're looking for that knowledge, you'll find it. Or rather
So we
it'll
get in
find you.
that bag. So Keith, we get in that bag, the real hidden knowledge, like because it's so many, it's so like I said in the introduction, like you had the hidden knowledge with gematria, numerology, you got the ancient Kemetic stuff, you got astrology, you got all these different things, you got the expansion of the universe that there's people out there that just think we're the only people in this universe. They think Earth, that's it, ain't nothing else. All those other planets are just rocks. Nobody living in it. It's like it's crazy. That's hidden knowledge as well, because you have to be really, really naive to think that we're the only people in the universe. And the universe is constantly expanding. The universe is like a representation of our mind, because our mind and our body, because it constantly expand. If you feel like Earth is it's the only place with the only living organism in the universe, you have to be super duper naive. We're like a dust. We're like literally a crumb in the universe, probably smaller than that. It's good, Hannibal. It's probably smaller than that. So why they made us feel like we're the only people that live in the universe? Like they feel like they made it seem like that, and they hide the information with it. If you want to call it the aliens, anything that's outside in the universe, but they made that seem like it's supernatural, it's unrealistic and stuff like that. Why you feel like they hiding that for us? Why they want to hide that from us?
Well, it could be a thing to where as though, and this is with a lot of this knowledge, a lot of people just can't handle it. A
Right.
lot of people probably can't handle it. Like, can you imagine? And again, when we speak about a lot of this stuff, everybody has different belief systems or whatever. So everybody believes what they believe. But can you
Right.
imagine telling somebody? And this is just something I'm making up. But can you imagine telling the whole world, yo, there is this creature. Oh, you got that call.
Yeah.
But can you imagine telling everybody on the planet that there is this creature in outer space that's coming and it's gonna eat the whole world? I'm not
Hmm.
saying that, that's something, but imagine what kind of panic what happened behind that. Imagine the chaos that'll come out of that.
So you don't think people could be able to handle something like that? Like,
No, not everybody. Of course, there are those who probably would be rational about it, but for the most part, you gotta think most people would lose their minds. Go crazy if you tell them something like that. And that's just me putting something that's like overblown, like that's not happening. But that's like me just throwing something overblown out there. But
you,
a lot of stuff people.
You bring it up again. Wait, hello?
Oh, I'm breaking up again.
Yeah, it sounds like you little. Yeah.
Oh, let me see. You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, it might be my connection, to be honest. My connection might be terrible.
On fear. It does. A shout out to Malik. He said they base a lot of this shit on fear. Yeah, but it's based on their fear that they create.
But why would you have to make people fear things, though? That's the question. Why would you have to put fear in people?
Because it's a way to control them. You can control people with fear. That's the reason why it's like you create the superhero and you create the villain. So that's the way they can control you. They could be like, okay, we're gonna create a problem and whatever, so you can have that fear in your thought process, but we're gonna create a hero and we're gonna say everything gonna be all right because they're gonna take care of it. So it's just a way of sucking people in, and so people can live with fear. Everything is fear-based, pretty much. Religion is fear-based. Outside, like every day, it's like you got to be conscious and on your surroundings and stuff like that. Death's supposed to be a transition because you don't really die, because our bodies is like an energy source. And if you really know energy, and people out there even that deals with electrician, energy never dies, it transfers. So we look at death probably different from like any other organism in the universe, when they know that this is not it. I'm just my energy is transferring into another template. That's all it's doing. That's another knowledge they hide from us, because they want us to look at life like, okay, this is it for you. If you don't get it right, it's like it's over for you. It's like boom. Even though you should want to conquer every reality you at, but we fear death so much, right? We fear death so much is the fact that you're trying to do everything you could. You're trying to make the most money you could. You're trying to, you're trying to, like, this is like America or society things like, you must have this. You must have this for you to have a good life, good car, good wife, your kids, a family, all degrees, all the money in the world. You have to have these things to have a fulfilled life, and then you die when you're 90, which that's unrealistic or whatever. So they use that to control us with that too, when we should be able to really find our purpose, because we find our purpose and we expand our consciousness. Even when we die, it won't be a sad thing. It'll be a situation. It'll be more of a transitional thing. Like, I'm transitioning to something else, and it's something I can cope with, instead of something that is so difficult for people to be able to like dang man, like I'm dying, then somebody else have to deal with it, so yeah, it says energy can die or be created. So ever that was still is, everything is come to already here, right? Because energy don't die. Energy never dies, and that's one of the knowledge they keep from us. Right, that's the knowledge they keep from us. They not gonna tell people like, yo, there's a way you can never die or whatever. You got these super wealthy people, they trying to be on their freezer, trying to be immortal. They trying to have like 20 hearts and try to live in this this reality and whatever. But because they don't want to start over. They want to be on top forever. So they want to just stay on this and be immortal. Say, I want to be young forever. Just like, you don't get it or whatever. You don't get it. That's not the point of life in this reality. The point of life in this reality is live, learn, purpose, and transition from that.
Agreed. But going back to the whole energy thing, because I see a lot
Right.
of people keep talking about energy,
Yep.
and I'm going to backpedal a little back towards fear. For fear, another reason that there may be a lot of quote unquote fear mongering. You remember seeing Monsters Inc. You ever seen Monsters Inc. The Pixar
Yeah,
cartoon?
I seen it, but not really like engaging so much in it though.
Well, what they did was the monsters there, they collected like the screams from the children, like the fear screams. Like the monsters would pop up and scare the children, and they would collect that, and that's how they took the energy and they powered their world through the fear of children.
Also,
So
that's the way. That's their way of is collecting their fear, right? That's their
right,
way of
through the
collecting.
energy.
Right.
So if you want to talk about hidden things, whatever goals these quote unquote higher ups have, if they have this knowledge, they must know, okay, if we spread fear and we want to change reality to whatever we want it to be, or if we want to stay, I don't know, in power or whatever, why not create a situation like you said, create the hero, create the villain, spread that fear, and now you got all the energy you need around you to do
Right.
whatever you want. And once you know how to harness that energy, boom, you create your own reality. And since people don't realize that, yeah, you do it, pretty much control your reality.
Ah,
Because
crap. Go ahead.
because because say like if you, I don't know, let's say if a couple is arguing and fighting, and let's say, oh, the guy gets mad and boom, he punches the girl. You see what you made me do to you? She ain't make you do that, dog. You did that. You had
Right.
100% control of yourself. You did that. And since you did that, now you got to suffer the consequences of what come with that.
Right.
So, but we live in a world full of no accountability, and
Right.
it's a little bigger than, it's almost like people nowadays, at least, like no people refuse to take accountability. And when you don't realize that you can control pretty much anything in your life, because even down to working the job that you work, it's a choice. You don't have
Right.
to really think about it. You don't have to do that, but people just go along with the program and they just do it. The same thing when you look at the news and you see all this fear-based stuff. Well,
Right.
you know, I can't say what I really want to say, but the God, what the you know what I'm talking about. What did what's name call it?
The hokey pokey, the jab,
The
the
hokey pokey. Yeah,
the hokey pokey,
you know,
right?
when it came down to that, the whole world was scared.
Yeah, yeah, right.
The
That was a
whole
way of
world was
controlling
scared.
people with fear, right? That's a way of controlling people with fear, saying that there's a deadly virus out there. You need to stay home, and it like I said, even if that's the case, right? But people are staying home, eating McDonald's. People's getting fat. People is drinking. People is doing all the things that's unhealthy because based off of their reality and how they programmed everything, they say, okay, it's a pandemic out there. Stay home. They ain't say anything like health wise to be able to like, this what you need to do, avoid this. No, because they still got to make money on the back end. These corporations still have to make money. So they like, so people was able to buy more because they stood home. So they gave the Americans, they gave them more bread. And then you got more bread, you could be able to buy more stuff to help these companies like Amazon, and then you have these delivery service, and we're getting the foods that we eating. Another hidden knowledge, we don't even know what's in there. There's genetic modified food, GMO foods that's not really good for us, and we don't know where it's coming from. why wouldn't they give us food that's from, you know, that's real natural food? Why would they hide that knowledge from us to be like, you know, let's be mindful with the things that we eat? So that's one of the things that's, it's like programming, control, and like you said, fear. You know, they have these news that people are drowning watching, so terrified, so afraid, and they can, the news people could just, well, I think the news is bull crap anyway. They just reporting bull crap. Farm-based food. Yeah, farm, but they don't want, the thing is with farm-based food, that's the food that we should be eating. But in the pandemic, we was eating McDonald's, we was eating Burger King. It wasn't no situation that, because some people don't even know about like the real organic stuff that's from the farms, is from, you know, you buying seeds, you growing it from the ground and stuff like that. People don't already know. They just going by what, you know, what the media tell them to do. They not even telling them what's the name. And then you constantly seeing commercial advertising these fast food brands. You constantly see it. And that's the only information people was getting. People was just, that's the information they're gonna follow. Chemicals in those fast food burgers. Yeah. And that's the crazy thing about it. We want people to stay home for the pandemic, but these fast food burgers, the amount of chemicals and different type of toxic stuff in these foods, because they trying to stretch it out and whatever. They trying to stretch it out, so they gotta like damn near clone it. So they gotta add these chemicals to make it bigger, like especially like these. You see these big ass chickens in the stores now. You like come on, chicken cannot be that big. Mongo burger looking, yeah, Mongo, like it's like, come on, man. It's no way. There's no way with some of this stuff, but not just staying on the food, but basically it's like they keeping the information for people. So when you try to educate people on certain things, especially with food, they be like, I don't know, I don't like the taste. Food is not really supposed to be about the taste. It's really supposed to be about survival. You're supposed to be able to survive with the food that you eat. So that's a misinformation too. But
So you got look it up, or as simple as you go get yourself some books. You can educate yourself on that, on the things that's good to put inside your body. People just choose not to.
well, the news is their book. The news is their books, they everything. People just, they drown and watch CNN and stuff like that. You know, it's like, or even in YouTube, people's gonna watch the things that they feel is comfortable for them. They don't want to watch anything that may feel uncomfortable. That's probably one of the things that you can learn more, for things that like shows and videos that you may feel like, I don't understand this. I don't like, that's where you learn the most. That's what you can learn the most. But Keith, I want you to go in on what we was talking about earlier with the witchcrafts and the rituals, and because we about to dive in this one right now for the people watching. So people, like, witchcraft is considered super duper evil, right? Witchcrafts and people look at rituals and stuff like that super super evil and stuff like that, even though everybody that's in some type of religion does a form of ritual. They do it, like you said earlier, you know, the wine and the cracker, that's a ritual based off of the blood of Jesus. That's a ritual, and it's manifesting something. It's manifesting something when they doing it. The cross, what they do for on Wednesday, was it Ash? Isn't Ash Wednesday? Is it? That's the right. That's a form of a ritual. But if somebody like out there like drinking real blood and sacrifice the goat, they may feel like that's demonic. They say, oh, that's demonic and stuff like that. But that's a form of a ritual based off of what they're trying to manifest. So I want you to dive in a little bit on that, about witches and spells. Like, is this some type of hidden knowledge that's that we may not really understand the like what it really is?
Well, where do I start? Well, first of all, let's talk about witchcraft, right? Because
Uh-oh.
it's ugh, I'm trying to figure out an angle I could start from. Okay, first of
But
all,
I gotta stop it. Yo, see y'all tap in with one of the dotted line. Right now we live right now. Tap in. Phone is dying, so tap in. All right, you go ahead.
all right, all right. Now, the big misconception about, I'll just say, witches in general is that they all worship Satan. They all doing the devil's work. They all summoning demons. They trying to kill us all.
Right.
That's not the case. And when I say this, I need everybody to understand that it's not my thing. I just read, I study, I take time out, I look stuff up.
That'd be
Yeah, not saying I'm out here with pentagrams and stuff, but anyway, the thing about witches is there are all types of witches, and they all practice for their own reasons.
right.
Uh, most of them, you have to think like it's like family tradition for a lot of them. So it depends on which region you come from, and I guess you could say what type you
Is
practice.
it tribal? Is it like based off of tribal and cultural stuff?
For some of them, yeah, because for instance, people get witchcraft and Wicca mixed up. Witchcraft is more so, just think of witchcraft more so as just like magic, learning magic and working with magic, and think of Wicca is actually more like a religion. So
What
they
Wicca? What's that? What's that? You said is that like magic, or it's just something
it's
they doing in the religion, like kind of like a ritual, summoning something?
nah, Wicca is a religion. What they have
Also,
is like,
no, my fault.
yeah, they have like different holidays for it or whatever. One of the most famous holidays is called Yule, and if you celebrate Christmas, that'll sound very familiar to you. The Yule log, yeah, that came from Wicca, or at least a part of it came from Wicca. But essentially what it is they pay respects to like seasons and maybe like different gods and goddesses at
Mm,
certain points in the year. So they have certain things that they do. You know, it could be a celebration where they'll, make certain ornaments or whatever hanging around the house. They may cook a certain food, just for a god or goddess, stuff like that. That's pretty much what Wicca is. It's more like a gathering. You can look at it like Christianity or whatever. Not saying that's what it is, but just to have a, comparison. But
all right.
anyway, yeah, not all witches are out here working for Satan. There are some, yes. They very well are out here worshiping Satan, doing XYZ for Satan, but
Is it Hollywood?
maybe it could be. I'm not saying that it is. I'm not saying that it's not, but it's definitely a
We're
possibility.
not, we're not saying that, but
It's definitely a possibility.
I
But
heard, but I was hearing somebody was saying like how Hollywood is um, it's really really like a
brotherhood,
of course definitely a brotherhood. You already know a brotherhood, a cultist, like it's like some type of Hollywood is just different, man. It's just different. The form of energy in Hollywood is like they're definitely doing some type of what you want to say witchcraft type deals, occultist type stuff because they probably believe in like Saturn worshiping or worship or something, and they got movies like that with Lord of the Rings and the symbolic when it comes to like the actual ring, everything is like ring related, like like a marriage ceremony and stuff. Everybody's putting it, you know, fighting over that ring and stuff like that, and everything's like Saturn worship, and that's what some of these occultists they practice, you know, and most of them is like in the Hollywood scene, and they want to be able to make it up top. You gotta be, it have to be some type of occultist practice they're doing. It's not just, oh, I'm just going to do this crazy film and stuff like that, and I'm just going to be, you know, I could just dip up out of it. I'm about to make this million, and I'm about it. It's not, trust me, it cannot be that easy. Stuff like that. Because you gotta show that you're a part of whatever brotherhood or whatever you in, whatever occultist practice you in. Because like I said, all the stuff is hitting. All this stuff is hitting, like the mystery schools back in the ancient times. You had to be a certain age to be able to go to these mystery schools. You know, you have to have a level of status. Everything is based off of status anyway. So you have to have a level of status of being here, and that's like with look Hollywood and all, because it's like it's not a lot of people that can go. So it have to be some type of occultist practice ritual, like any other institution. Everything really have a ritual, some type of like celebration or tradition that you had to go through. Like you mentioned, like witchcraft is, like I said, people saying it's like, okay, it's demonic, it's Satanist and everything, but it can also be used for certain good things. You know, certain good things to manifest if I wanted to get a job and stuff like that. So you may create like something to be able to manifest that. But so my question to you, if it could be used for good, why did they make it demonic? Why did they make it something that we should fear?
Well, the most basic answer to that would be so that they can use it and you can't.
Oh my gosh, yup.
You can use it and you can't, because there's definitely things that you could do. And people think, again, everything isn't involving the devil, because there are so many other gods, goddesses, deities.
There's so many.
There's so many other things on that spectrum that you can tap into. I'm not encouraging anybody to do that, especially if you don't really know. Yeah, if you're not fully aware of your origin, I wouldn't tell everybody about that and do it. But yeah, and not every practice you have to channel or tap into an entity to do something. Again,
Right.
the size of it. Now, if you trying to, I guess you could say, manifest something big, maybe, then yeah, you're probably gonna try to, tap in with a certain, again, a god, goddess, a deity, entity, or something of that nature to try to help you along. And then on top of that, when you do that, whatever you have to do to interact with this being, most people think, oh, you probably got to kill babies and sacrifice. No.
No, you have to do all that.
Not with some probably, some, but it's not all of them. Some of them may require you to do something as simple as make them a loaf of bread with a certain type of butter sauce on it.
Wait, but is it, quick question. So based off of, like, the rituals or the witchcraft, is the things that they're doing and stuff like that, doing like the actual like sacrifices, like why seem like the elitists they do that and whatever, is they getting their is they manifesting something quicker for them to be able to happen, instead of like a little, like somebody like me, I'm gonna just drop an ice cube and some salt water, and I'm trying to get the same thing. Do I have to do something like they're doing to manifest something, or that's just something that they do that's like they on some other joint right now?
Well, I'm gonna say this because again, what we're talking about, this is a very wide subject. This is not a small subject.
Right,
And
right.
again, I don't claim to know everything. Again, I just read, studied, took time, and looked certain things up and learned certain things. I would say most likely, yeah, they're probably getting certain things faster, and most likely they're getting big things. They're not getting nothing small because
Yeah,
remember,
no,
just
you're
think
not.
about it like regular life. Whatever you're trying to obtain, you have to put in work that is pretty much equal to that. So, like, say, like, if you want to be a doctor, what do you have to do to be a doctor? You got to go to school, you got to learn. It takes years of practice, years of learning, and all of that.
Right.
You have to put in the work.
You got to put in more work than the average person. That's one that just want to. This person just want to be a bus driver, or a truck driver. They don't have to put too much. They have to go to school and get the CDLs, but not like a doctor. I see what you said.
Exactly. So when it comes to certain rituals and certain things, there are certain things that you probably can do, and it's not popular things with people because I know a lot of that stuff ain't popular with me. Certain things that they do may involve, it could be something along the lines of human sacrifice, or it could be something along the lines of doing something with some children, you know what I
Children.
mean? Or it could be, and again, that's the way high up. We ain't never going that route. Y'all crazy. But another thing is, if you ever
That's why they
seen,
like sacrificing like because what because the baby goat is considered like is kids, right?
hmm
Yes. Okay.
yep,
So it makes sense why they do certain. I'm not gonna get in that bag, but it was just like
yep, and
I
even
see
with
what shame.
with dang, I forgot what the name of it. Oh, like sex magic. Just
Oh,
with two people having sex, like that's another just high form of magic if you was going to use
yeah,
something for that
because a kid is born from that. That's a miracle happened.
creation. Yeah,
A creation has happened. That's a miracle. That's a form of magic because y'all getting intimate and that the intimacy creates another life, which is insane. People don't even know. People don't fathom how how magical that is. How magical that is. That's like one of the most magical things you can get. So that's why that cannot be the only magical thing that us as an organism, a living organism, could experience. There's no way. There's no way that's the only one. I feel like that's what they want to keep from us. I'm just trying to figure out why they trying to keep it from us. Why they don't want us to have these different realms of what's the name and like you said, they want to have it, but they don't want us to have it, and that's probably a form of we want to be able to create. We don't want to even playing field with nobody. We
yep.
want we want it have to be a pyramid. It have to be here, 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 here. Then we on the very top. So I get that and whatever. I just try to because we're so far away from that level of consciousness to really fathom the fact that we can do some magical things to the point that they said that shit is evil and you should stay away from it. And it's like it's crazy. It's like
There
when you
are
look
certain things, yeah, certain things, but then again, it depends on what you do with it. Because another thing with magic is there is no such thing as black magic or white magic. There's just magic. That's just terms you use to define how people choose to use it.
right,
Because you don't have to do something baneful and put a curse on somebody because you're mad at them or they did something to you. Then
right,
again, you don't have to go out and do something to try to heal somebody. But and another thing that people kind of don't realize with magic, and this is kind of how I think of it based on the information I've learned and studied. It's not it's not so much like pew, I just shot lightning out my hands at you and you saw it. It's
Right. It's
more
not.
it's more like it's more like a mental thing. So it's just like how it says in the Bible, faith without works is dead, right? The way it works, and this is why you hear so many people talk about visualization and saying, affirmations to yourself and things like that, because those things do help. What you do is you see it in your mind. You set the scene in your mind. You see what you want, how it is, how it looks, and all of that, and then you take the steps in reality necessary to go and achieve it. And if you're doing it the correct way, you'll start to notice things are falling into place for you. Things are starting to happen for you. There's no real obstacles. Somebody that may have something that you need that help you achieve your goal will just come to you out of nowhere. You like, damn, I did need to know how to get, I don't know, the car battery from here. And this dude just walked up and said, hey, I got a car battery. Like
Right.
stuff like that will start to happen. So magic is more so of that. It's more in the mind. And to be honest, everything else for the most part that you see, it's really all semantics. Like maybe somebody using a crystal or something like that. Again, it's all in the mind, and it's all about your intention and the energy you put behind whatever you're trying to achieve. That's
Right.
really
That may be a prop. That may be a prop, but your mind is activating that prop.
exactly. It's helping the experience become more real for you. So now it's easier for you to make whatever you try to make happen. So
And that's the reason why I feel like we're so far gone, we're so far programmed that we can't use all our brain to be able to consistently do those practices like consistently all day. I got a thought in my head, I'm gonna manifest it, and it comes because it happened to me before. I had a thought in my head, I said I'm gonna do this, and I really focused on that, and it happened. Or I would just think of something and whatever, and then it just pops up. And going now, I'm going into numerology now. Like when you constantly seeing numbers, like you can't wake up without numbers. Period. There's no way in hell you can wake up with number. Everything is designed based off some type of number pattern, number strategy, the pixels of the screen, the how the design, the architect of this room, everything is designed by numbers. And numbers do got meaning as well, like how you say about magic, right? That magic can activate based off of numbers. It could the numbers in that can activate some type of something. Um that's why like astrology, numerology, all this stuff is kind of similar. And that's why you see like they said what they said, the wealthy people, um they said the wealthy people, like the billionaires and stuff like that, they study astrology. They study everything about astrology, and because they understand how things work. And like I said, your life path numbers is something with that. Like it was something for me. My life path number was 6, and then woke up one day and get an apartment, and it's the same number, or you keep seeing the same thing, or for example, like your life path is 6, and then you get hired on the 6th day of the week. These stuff is not necessary like by accident. These stuff is actually aligned with you, because we was in line based off of numbers and stuff like that. And people don't really understand. People are like, oh, this is bullcrap. You can create anything with numbers. Not necessarily true. You start to see the patterns and stuff. That's why they trying to create. They trying to offset all this knowledge, and they try to make it artificial now with technology. They try to make. They try to even make magic artificial or whatever. They try to make it more of a circus. So because they say, okay, this is a form of magic. I could just pop up with a card or something, and it's like they trying to offset what these knowledges like numerology and all this stuff like and you see, okay, they look at numerology as a joke, but anybody that's watching this stream or will watch this video, 28 and 8, anything that have 8 or 28 in it, it have to do with money, monetizing, some monetary system, materialism. 8, anything that have an 8 in it or 28, a solid 28, it has something to do with money. If you look at watches, you look at, well, let me see if I can share my screen now. Hold up. Let me see if I can share my screen. And then I'll put it in. Hold up. No, it's just my entire screen. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull something up right now. I'll just go to watches. I bet you'll see a 28, Keys. Just watches for men, it don't matter. You will see a 28 somehow on the thing. Let me see. All right, so you got the 12. You'll see a 28. And it's crazy because live, when I told Live that his screen wasn't watched, he said, yo, it's 28 on it. You'll see a form of 20. I'm trying to see. They usually have a number, and I also saw it in the airport too. Let me see right here. Oh, this had 24. My strategy is not working right now, but
Schrodinger's
cat.
Huh? Said you getting hit with that Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah, I'm like, what the heck? But they usually have 28 on it. It's 28 in the watches. The reason for that because the retail, they want it's something significant with 8 for them to be able to sell more. So something that could add up to 8, something that could be a solid 8, something that could be 28. It's always a retail price of 28 or whatever. I'm just trying to see if they have it. Cause I saw 24, I saw 12. Because they usually have it like in the inside, They got 26 now. Yeah, they trying to screw me right now. They like 30 now. Oh, I'm getting screwed right now. That's crazy. And it's crazy because when I'm at work, I took a picture and I was like, that's 28. And my boy Lyle said, yo, this is crazy. I said, yeah. Well, you said you got 8 right there, but I went to like 2 numbers already and it had what's the name. So people may say it's cap or another 8. So you see like these form of 8s and stuff like that. It's like some 28 and 8 is considered like money, monetary, finance. It's a way to be able to sell more and entice more, stuff like that. So you'll see 8 more, or you'll see something that's $28, or you see something $48. It's a form of 8s or whatever. But I'll just leave like that. They kind of say, yo, this is cat, man. Like, yo, what the heck? I will leave it like that. But let me stop sharing. But what I mean by that, numbers is everything. They understand numbers is everything. They understand how numerology works. They understand because numerology is based off of numbers, number patterns and stuff like that. That's aligned with your name and stuff like that. Gematria is the same way. That's a Jewish teaching. Numbers and letter coexisting with each other, and then it creates like your numbers and stuff like that. That's aligned with you as well. Numbers is aligned with everything. Numbers is big when it comes to the universe. You know, we assign the number when we born. You know, we under the Gregorian calendar. You know, the Mayan calendar, they also use numbers. So everything is operated by numbers. And that's why like a lot of these people that's in control of the world, they want to be able to control us based off of numbers. But there's an organic side of numbers as well that they want to, you know, keep us from, because when we start to lock in how powerful numbers is, you know what, I'm going to focus. Because this is my life path number. Now I'm gonna focus. Put your mind to work. Okay, I'm supposed to be doing this. this and this. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm about to lock in. They don't want you to do that because now you're gonna get the organic energy of that life path number that you get. Like we was talking about magic, like the mind. It really all comes down to our mind anyway. We manifest and um we lock in and we elevate whatever we lock in, we elevate whatever we trying to put our mind to make it alive. Our mind, we makes anything alive. Like we can, our mind could be able to turn a light on or turn it off. That's how powerful our minds are. So the watches and stuff, that was bull crap because it was like it was like, yo, like I popped up. I showed that to Day live and it blew him away. But yeah, but everybody out there, just if you look at like anybody selling anything online and stuff like that, or even commercials, you'll see 8 or 28. Watch. But yeah, Keys, anything else you wanted to talk to dive on this subject since we about to we headed towards the end.
Uh, I think I might be good, man. Because again,
What
this is
book?
a
What book you can show the book with about the Kabbalion. You can show that book real quick to the people.
got me
Uh
pulling
oh.
out the thing, man. We got me
Uh
pulling
oh.
out the thing,
Pulling
man.
out the data.
Got me pulling out the thing, man. I didn't want to pull
Brief
out the
up,
thing on them.
brief up what that book is about.
Well, hold up. I'll do you one better, man. This is pretty much the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, the thrice great.
I'm so I'm so
It
pissed.
is.
I see so many
What happened?
20s watch. Nah, I see so many 28s now for these watches. Like, come on now. Like this watch got
They
28.
did.
I'm scrolling, it says 8 8. Like, come on. But go ahead.
All right. Now, see, I gotta talk about Thoth and stuff. Um, okay. If you ever heard of a god named Thoth, in fact, if you ever seen the movie what was it, The Gods of Egypt? Even though what's the name was the only literal black god in there, which is funny.
Mm,
Chadwick Boseman, he was in the movie. But yeah, in that movie he played Thoth, which is pretty much the god of knowledge.
mm,
And that's supposed to be the god that brought like, mathematics and all these different things to human beings. He pretty much taught them about, like I said, mathematics and how to do things. So essentially what this is about is there was a man called Hermes Trismegistus, and people to this day pretty much believe that he was Thoth himself.
mm.
Now, what's in this book is just pretty much a whole bunch of his teachings and what he gave to the world. So essentially, it's really a book about the mind and something called the universal consciousness, if that's how you want to look at it, which is something that, because we spoke about that before
Yeah.
up here a little bit. I believe the universal consciousness. So what they call it in this book is the all. So essentially, what it is think of it like a gigantic consciousness, and everything was birthed from that consciousness.
Right.
So it is said that we are a part of that. If we are part of the all, then we're a part of that consciousness, and that's where
Right.
we all come from, according to these teachings. So it just has a bunch of, matter of fact, let me go in here. It has some principles. The only reason I'm not going like crazy in depth is because again we spoke about it before up here. But Yeah, it just has these principles pretty much that breaks it down. The first principle is mentalism. Mentalism is that the all is mind, the universe is mental. So, like we was talking about before, about how you can pretty much manifest things with your mind and all of that, it's pretty much going into that. So everything is mental. Uh, I'm trying to be as quick and as brief as possible. But next is the law of correspondence, or the principle of correspondence. As above, so below. As below, so above. Yeah, so as it is in heaven, as it is on earth, and vice versa, as within, without. So essentially, the way you could think about that is however you think is going to manifest outward. So if you're angry inside, or if you're, yeah, like a crazy person or whatever, that's what's going to be around you. So it's all about, again, going to the mind state. Then the next principle is vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates.
Mm.
Vibration, frequency. Everything is moving, nothing is static in the universe. The next one, polarity. Everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has a pair of its opposites. The way to think about that, hot and cold, love, hate is opposite to everything.
Right.
That's pretty much what that's saying. Then you got rhythm. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The law of rhythm, you can pretty much look at it like a pendulum swing.
It's like, nah.
The pendulum is going to go up, and the pendulum is going to rise. The pendulum is going to fall. So there's a certain rhythm to, you can say, life. You're going to have your ups and downs, and that's with anything. Look at the stock market, up, down. There's a rhythm. There's a beat to it. So
Right.
imagine if you're able to catch that rhythm in life. But we're almost done. The next one is cause and effect. Every cause has an effect, and every effect has its cause.
Yep.
Everything happens according to law. Nothing happens for no reason,
Yep.
essentially.
Absolutely.
If something happened, there's a reason behind it. There was a cause behind it, therefore you have the effect. And with this one, anything, nothing escapes this law. Essentially, even if it's something that you couldn't see, like say, like when you go to a casino, right? Let's say you roll a dice, and you're trying to roll, you're trying to win. Let's say you hit snake eyes and you lose. You're like,
Right.
well, it was chance, it was luck. Was it really? Or was it just a set of circumstances that you couldn't calculate that happened in between that dice roll? But
Right.
whatever. Moving on to the next one. The next one is gender. Every gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes.
What about binary?
Sorry, we don't have that. But yeah, that just refers to, well, it's self-explanatory, masculine
Can
and
I
feminine
say
energy.
something? Can I say something about that? Can I say something about that? Um.
Go
So.
ahead.
Oh, hold on. Yeah. Let me. I'm gonna say something about that. So can can I edit, like, it's based off the Kabbalion, but is it, can you create your own form of gender, whatever? Like, can it switch? Can as long as the principles is there, like if a male, like he want to be female, and a female want to be, I mean, if a male want to be feminine and the female want to be masculine, can it still can it still, is it still follow those teaching, even though they're
That's a good
different,
question.
even though they're male and female, but they have different, you
Yeah,
know, so
because
it's
at
still
the end of the
first.
day, you gotta think about it. It's still and it's not even referring just to so much as like just boy girl stuff. It's just the energy itself. But yeah, I mean, look around. It's all around. Apparently, you can do it. I mean, hey, it's 2023 apparently. So
Okay.
even though there is a overwhelming amount of feminine energy, but yeah,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's definitely.
it's overwhelming. But hey, you'll see when it starts to get out of sync when it gets a little bit more chaotic. If you
Right.
already gotten chaotic, but yeah,
All right. So is that the what's the next one?
Oh, that was it. It's only 7.
All right. So we're gonna wrap up this episode. Want to get quick shout out. Please follow iStream. Wait up. Got a our app. Shout out to Jamel Washington. Please follow the iStream 22. TheeyestrEam 22. Please, if you want to be a affiliate, you could be able to earn money on the store as well. You could just click the iStream.store and you could fill an affiliate and you could be able to get money from that, or you can buy stuff and support the movement, support the app. You know, it's a streaming app. It's giving everybody other alternatives to be able to stream, upload videos because you know they're canceling people at will. So yeah, so go to iStream. Also follow me, Trade Digital 89 on Instagram. Follow me on there for the latest information and all of that. Please follow that. And also hit me up on Twitch, Trade Digital 33. I'll be on Twitch streaming, coding exercises. You know, we're gonna be doing stocks. We're gonna be talking about blockchain technology, crypto. So yeah, follow me on that and whatever. And of course, on the dot line, the the main joint. On the dot line 18 on IG, please follow. We're gonna create a TikTok soon. So we'll hit y'all on that. But please like and subscribe. We need like it don't cost no money to just hit the like button. It don't cost no money to hit the like button. Just hit the like button. We gotta grow. We gotta continue growing. We're gonna continue having these awesome topics. So please hit the like button and whatever. Even hit the dislike button. It don't matter. Hit it. If you dislike it, comment. Let me know what you think. All that good stuff. So please like and subscribe. And you know we gotta get this out there. This is a great. And don't be ear hustling as well. You know, just like and share. So Keith, give us a final thought so we can wrap it up. This was a great topic today.
All right. I'll say is in closing, all the information that everything that we discussed today, I would just encourage everybody to just again do your own research, look into certain things because again, a lot of this stuff, well, all of it really, we're not super duper experts on every single thing, but we do take the time to look up, research certain things, and a lot of this stuff has been researched for years. Certain things has been researched for years, so I would just encourage everybody to look things up on your own. And if you do have a question or you do want to get into a discussion, he just gave you all the information. You can hit us up. Feel free to hit us up. That's it.
All right, man. Thanks a lot for people that viewed it and the people that will view it. Please hit us up with the comments. Let us know what you think. And of course, hit that like button. My name is Deshaun Lyons, and this is
Marquise Taylor.
we signing out. Peace out. Peace. On